Clearly, this cycle, there aren't a lot of other markers, right? The Ames has gone away in Iowa. There's no real meaningful straw polls. These debates are really it for these campaigns. So, it's unfortunate that we get caught up in process issues like this, but this is really where this debate is being fought. And by the way, national polls matter more than they ever have because of, only the top 10 and national heroes are able to appear on that debate stage. So I mean, in America, we don't pick our nominees via national polls yet. That's how we're determining, essentially the front runners are of this race. So, yeah, I mean, debates matter a lot, and which is why we're seeing the RNC and some other folks spending a lot of time, behind closed doors trying to fix this problem.
Two quick thoughts on this. One, and Jonathan wrote about this like 4 or 5 years ago, but the more debates there are, the less places like New Hampshire and Iowa and South Carolina matter, unfortunately. I mean, there's less and less of the hand-to-hand tactile campaigning happening in these states, and more of it is happening on debates, on cable news, on Facebook, places where people, they can move large numbers. And my second point on this is, the TV networks, look, the media has a huge hand in the political process. I think a lot of reporters pretend that they're these dispassionate observers, and they're not. But the TV networks are playing God, in a sense, with who, lives and dies on the campaign trail. By excluding Rick Perry from the first 2 debates, Rick Perry was denied oxygen and therefore had to drop out of the race. And in the first debate, right. I don't know, it just feels a little arbitrary to me. For instance, Jim Webb, who is not actually running any meaningful campaign other than going on a radio show every now and then. And
Lawrence Lessig just said he dropped out because of that.
What's that?
Larry Lessig.
Lessig, exactly, right. Lawrence Lessig, who is a single issue candidate certainly, but did campaign events in New Hampshire, raised $1 million, wasn't allowed to be on a debate stage because of some network executive. On the Republican side, Pataki, Santorum, Lindsey Graham, say what you will about their campaigns, but they're campaigning.
I think it's the biggest overriding story of modern presidential elections is the degree to which these events are moving towards nationalized contests that are largely played out kind of reality TV style without either TV, which reminds me, let's do one more fast focus group. Anyone in this room not watch one of the first debates, either the 3 Republican debates or the one number? Anybody here not watch at least one of those debates? At least one of those debates. Well, this being New Hampshire, I assume that you all listened to them on the radio at least. Very kind of, but that small number of people tells you, that even though New Hampshire relishes retail politics and see candidates, as the saying goes, 5 and 6 times, the Wi-Fi tubes and the cable tubes don't stop at the mass line. You guys still watch that kind of coverage and see that kind of coverage, and it shapes the vote here too. It's just a fact of political life that you can't get around.